Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. You want to be comfortable because then you don't want to be distracted by your body during the practice. It's unnecessary. If you find a comfortable position, then you'll alleviate that issue immediately. You also want to find something sturdy because a sense of sturdiness gives us a sense of groundedness, a sense of being here. Not to get to the next moment, not to use meditation practice as a means to an end, but just to be here for this moment itself. So lying down works very nicely if you need to, but of course I prefer if you sit in a chair or even in a formal meditation posture, an upright position. But just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. When I say that, really it's a choice. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. And if you prefer to close your eyes during the practice, go ahead and close your eyes. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you. Maybe just looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy seated position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. Let's begin by bringing our attention to the sounds in the room around us. Notice what you hear, including my voice. Begin to pay attention to sound itself. And we're not judging sounds, we're listening to them as they are, without naming them, saying this is a good sound or that's a bad sound. Just slowly bringing our attention to noise. And you might be distracted by a thought. You may be trying to think about something, or something pops up behind you, a worry, a plan. And notice how that just distracts from noticing sound. So when you notice that you're lost in thought, gently return to sound. The texture of it. What is it like to hear? Come back. Come back to the sounds around you. Just listen. Not judging, not reacting. Simple. And it's possible, again, that I'm catching you thinking and not noticing sound. But is it possible to regard this next thought as just another sound as well? Right now, let's just wait for the next thought to pop up in your head. Just wait for it. Like a cat waiting outside a mouse hole for the mouse. Just notice and wait for this next thought. And as it arises, can you simply regard it as more sound, more noise? as if it is one with the sounds around you. Just leave it alone. We're not following thoughts. They're just sound. They're just noise. And from this experience right here, not by thinking about it, but from this experience, where does this noise come from? From the first person point of view, where does all of this noise, thoughts and sounds, where does it come from? Does it exist before it appears? Where? If you have an answer, you're going in the wrong direction. Where does noise come from? Look. Another way to ask this question is to inquire, what hears these sounds? What perceives this voice? What notices thinking? Is there something there that hears from your point of view? not an idea or a concept, not words. What hears these sounds? What hears this voice? Look carefully. All right, you can look at the screen. You know, when I first started practicing, I started getting into this thing, it was really a big object of my practice was sound, really. And it still is. I know usually when you hear about meditation or you learn meditation from somebody, they'll talk about the breath. Bring attention to the breath. And of course, it's my focus a lot here on these practices on this channel. But it's important to understand that every sense cuts through thinking as long as we notice it. It's only that the breath is so easy to pay attention to, which is why I always suggest it as an aid or an anchor away from thinking. But sound is really, really wonderful as well. And it has a long history too in Buddhism and in Zen of the use of sound as an anchor to the present. Once we notice sound, we're no longer lost in thoughts. There's no bad things happening, problems and issues and worries and troubles and all this stuff going around calculating when you're just listening to the sound of the wind blowing through the trees. Really listening. And when we were, like when I was with my teacher, the idea in the temple, which is kind of an unspoken rule, is when the teacher is giving a Dharma talk, when he's speaking or she's speaking, you're not really trying to follow their words as much. The better lesson is to not follow those words as concepts and ideas, like right now, and instead to notice just this sound coming out of the voice, the S's and the curls of the way the texture of the words flip and move, and not judging or thinking about it, but just hearing it. That's kind of, when your level of meditation practice develops, you can just hear voices in common conversation as mere sound. And as the sixth patriarch of Zen, Huineng, I might get this wrong, I always get these wrong, but he was enlightened by sweeping a path at a temple and a pebble flicking on the broom and hitting a bamboo. So use sound wherever you are. It's always available if you can hear. Listen to the sound of the cars and the birds and the noise your feet make as you walk on the ground, or other people's feet, or even the chatter in the background. Another thing I like to do is when you're at like a party or like a group setting and there's just all this talking everywhere and you're like involved and you're just really focused, you just gotta step back and listen to everyone's chatter all at once. It's like a sound bit or like just a noise generator. You stop being so lost. You're here. And when you listen deeply to sound, you're actually listening to silence. Because silence is this moment. Silence is your mind before thinking arises. Anyway, if you have any questions about what I talk about here, please feel free to ask questions. I answer all questions in separate question and answer videos, and one's coming up soon. So get your questions in. If you have any. Goodness, I can't speak. But thank you for your time today, and as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.